Good morning, good morning. It's time to start our day. Good morning to you. I'm giving you a big squish, all of you who are turning this on. So I wanted to start off today just from a little bit of what we were chatting about just a couple minutes ago and just sort of set the tone here. Stress, just stress, right? Stress is really the heaviness of our lives. Sometimes we think it's the things that are happening in our lives that are causing us the stress, but it's the stress that's really bugging us. So I'd like us to focus that today is the stress of the future and planning all the stuff that happens, the stress of heartaches, if that's what you're sitting in, the stress of the unknowing, the stress of pain, of feelings of out of control. We don't have control over so much in our lives, and how that stress eats at us. And I know you guys all know this, and but I find it helpful when my friends remind me of it too. So remember, in the animal kingdom, if the zebra is being chased by the lion, their systems shut down and they run like hell to get out of that stress. And then as soon as they realize that they're free, they go back to being, carefree and loving. But as human beings, we don't do that naturally. We don't relax without doing it. In other words, I have to do relaxation. I have to do it. It's not something that just happens. I plunk myself down in front of the TV with my popcorn. I'm not relaxing unless I'm actively doing it. So we just compound the stress, more and more and more and more stress, unless we're actively letting it move through us, whether it's physical stress, emotional stress, or mental stress. So I see you, I hear you, I love you, I feel you. And that's what we're going to focus on today, is letting it go, at least for the minute that you're in it, and then letting it go for the next minute, and then maybe an hour, and then maybe, a couple of hours, and practicing this every day, because it's not the things that are happening that are hurting. It's the amount of stress that we're carrying. So that's what I want to play with. Okay. And who doesn't want to play with stress? All right. So come on over and let's check in. A swimming head. Actually, I'm going to have you lie down. Lie down here and let's have our little pillow, our little head. And let's take our feet wide and let's lean our knees towards each other. And let's fall to the floor. Just fall to the floor. Maybe you're walking your feet wide. Maybe you're leaning the knees towards each other. Maybe your arms are out. Maybe you're feeling a little bit where you want to cross it over and hold yourself. If you feel really windy, really what we call vata deranged, like your mind is just chattering like crazy, I love putting a weight or a blanket or something heavy on my center body, or even on my heart. There's times in my life where I've actually taken a weighted blanket and just walked around my house with this heavy feeling, just dragging my shoulders down. So if you're feeling like that's going to suit you today, I would recommend you grab something and just put it on your body, so you feel this sense of being held and this sense of being grounded. Relax your tongue, relax the throat, relax the muscles around the eyes, and be here with us right now. Be here. Let's turn on our inner gaze, our inward gaze, and watch ourselves breathe. when I audio text inner gaze, it's always and her gaze, which I love too, because I'm welcoming to everybody. Just feeling the connection, this time that we have together, the sense of feeling grounded and connected wherever you are, however you are. What's going on in the breath? Does it feel deep today? Does it feel shallow? Is it choppy? Is it smooth? Are you holding your breath somehow? Notice the way you're breathing. How we breathe is how we live. How we live is how we breathe. So start to calm these winds inside you. Let's take the breath from the nose down to the navel, down to the belly button. Big inhale, fill it up. And then exhale from the navel to the nose. Again, inhaling into the nose all the way down to the navel. Fill yourself up. Fill yourself up. And then exhale, let a cloud come out. Maybe it's bright red of anger. Maybe it's like a dark, musky gray pollution. Maybe it's a pussy yellow. Like allow these exhales to work for you. Just like that zebra, we need to be letting go of control, of expectations, of maybe what's happening later. Just imagine this, watching this color come out. Inhale, pure white light, cleaning up the tissues, cleaning up the cells, filling yourself up with beauty and light and power. And then exhale, watch it go. Anything that doesn't serve you. About 5 to 8 more breaths, please. Watch it go. Let it go. Let it go. You don't need to hold on to it. Let it go. 3 more. We're now going to make audible sounds. And the purpose of doing this right now is to open it up. I'm a firm believer in the primal scream. There's been plenty of times in my life I've gone for a drive and just in the car. I totally believe in that. I think it's very helpful, or even in your pillow if you're feeling that way today. But and if you are feeling that way today, then yeah, do it. But for us, we're going to just start to move the energy through our throat, right? A lot of tension gets stuck here. So on the second minute here, we're going to just take in an inhale through the nose. Open your mouth and listen to the sound you make. Ah. Let it go, especially if you don't want to do it. If this feels weird to you, do it. Do it. Move it out. This throat chakra, this ability to speak up for what we need, this ability to express ourselves, to tell the truth to the world is important in the throat. Let's do it again. Inhale through the nose. Maybe it's a cry, maybe it's a scream in a pillow, maybe it's just a ah. Keep it pushing out, all on. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And then let's do it one more time. Big inhale, big inhale. Take it in through the nostrils, feel it up, fill it up. Open your mouth. Big exhale. Ah. Ah. And we'll take about 5 more breaths here. Just whatever you want to do. You can keep doing those audible exhales if that's what you're doing, or you just come back to this moment, feeling the back tissues, the muscles relaxing. Now take your time. I want you to move very slowly, extraordinarily slowly. And I want you to eventually come all the way out and come all the way to a seated position. Now you get to choose how you're going to do it. My favorite way to do it is to make myself a little chair, right? And I put my blocks here on my little chair. Maybe you're on a bolster. And my legs like this. If this isn't comfortable for whatever reason, then you can do whatever variation. We're going to do Bumble Bee Breath. I just forgot the Sanskrit name, Bumble Bee Breath. It'll come to me. But the point of this is it's a beautiful breathing technique. They say for when we have violent thoughts, right? We all have violent thoughts. We all have thoughts about, things that aren't always aligned with how we want to be showing up. So it's a beautiful technique when you're feeling just crazy in your brain. It's called the bumblebee breath. And the way we're going to do it, I'm just going to describe it for you first, and then we're going to make our way there. So you're going to be closing your ears, your eyes. Okay. In just a moment, you're going to be closing your ears with your thumbs and then your eyes. And we're going to breathe in through our nose, and then we're going to hum. So it makes your lips tingle a little bit, all the way out. Inhale through your nose, and then bumblebee yourself out. But the reason why I really love it, and I'm offering it for you today, is because when we start to listen to this sound inside of us, there's like an echo in a cave. It's like, where is that sound coming from? What is making that sound? Who the heck is in there? You start to turn deeply on this inner gaze. You start to see that there's something inside of you. And I just want to offer you something as we start to go off into this Bremari breath, the bumblebee breath, Bremari. As we start to move into the Bremari breath, this idea that sometimes, and this is a big thought, big, deep thought, but that which we are seeking, like that which we are wanting out here, is the part of us that seeks. I'm going to say that again. That which we are seeking out there is really we seeking the part of us that seeks. So we're connecting to ourself. When we're connected to ourselves, we don't need anything out here to change. So that's a big ass thought. That which we are seeking is the part of us that seeks. So the Bremari breath is about engaging with that pure self, big self, deep self, inner self. Because when you're in alignment, you're grounded, you're content, you're peaceful, and no matter what's going on outside of you, you can handle it. Okay? Bremari breath. So we'll do 8 breaths. We're going to inhale through our nose. We're going to hum for 6 to 8. You're not going to be able to hear me anymore. So that's why I want to lay out the land for you here. 8 times we're going to do it. I'll do it with you. And then when you're finished doing it, I want you to relax your arms and just sit for a minute. And this will be our last minute of centering. What we're doing is a Bumble Bee Breath, Bremari Breath, in order for us to remember that we are connected here. That which we seek outside, that external circumstance that we're looking for, really isn't what we're looking for. What we're looking for is connection to our deeper self. Okay. All right. Bremari Breath. Find a comfortable position for yourself. And 8 times, please. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Finishing up, finishing up. And when you're ready, let's go to stand. We're going to focus on grounding today. That's what we're going to do. We're going to ground our little selves down. So we talked briefly on Monday, for those of you who came, we were talking about loving our bones and loving our structure. I want to keep that going, but I also want to focus on grounding. Okay. So finding your mountain pose here. And as always, we want that second, third toe to be sitting over, the knees sitting over that second, third toe. And we're going to focus on trying to touch the pubic bone and the tailbone together. So if you could touch those together, what muscles would activate? So just play with that for a moment. Call that the mula bandha, the root lock. So if I could touch these bones together, what would I have to activate muscles in my muscles? Now, if I also were to sit on my sits bones, those bones I sit on, what would happen if I were trying to rolling those together and touch the pubic bone and the navel? What would happen? So see if you can feel that sensation. Hands in prayer. We're going to go in and out for Utkatasana. Double check that your knees are sitting over the second, third toe, and double check that you're not going over the toes, that you're actually getting back there. Okay. We're playing with this idea. Here we go. Hands in prayer. What you need. What you need. Set that intention for yourself. What's bringing you to the mat today? How about connecting to yourself, letting the external go away just for a moment and just come here now and check in, recalibrating those layers to you so that you can go back out there full tank, full tank. Here we go. Outer edges of the feet pressing down, plus the plug in of the big toe. The arches are lifted. I'm almost on a trampoline. I'm trying to touch these pubic bone and tailbone together. I'm trying to roll those sits bones. I can feel those hammock of muscles holding me up. All my needs are met. There's nothing else I need. I got it. I got it. I got it. And here we go. Utkatasana. Down, touch the floor and up. Inhale, relax the pelvic floor. Feel it dropping. Exhale, lifting it up. Inhale, relaxing the pelvic floor and pull it up. Keep going. Keep going. So I'm sure you've heard the studies of how healthy music is, right? Music is so, what's the word? Aligning, right, with our vibrations. We can sync up with the music we're playing with. And sometimes when we need memory, a certain style of music is good. When we need to be calmed down, a certain style of music is good. When we're gardening, a certain style, right? You can feel how music affects you. So if you'd like today to go through class where you're just sort of grounding that sound, or when I was trying to get my babies to go to sleep, I would go, kind of boring. 3 more. This last one, we're diving in. Here we go. Utkatasana. Get down, own it. Hands on your thighs if you want to push. Really feel that lower back dripping down heavy. Feel that pubic bone and the tailbone trying to touch one another. Feel how strong you are. 3. Knees are right over those ankles. And 2. And 1. Beautiful. Come on up. And we're just going to let our hips slide side to side. Now I do this, yes, because it looks really cool, but also because it's just really good for the lower back. So I'm hoping that you feel this swishing action too. We still have the belly in, but we're swishing back and forth. It's just like in a little eraser. Remember, the lower part of our body represents that our basic needs are met and that we are safe. Things are okay, at least for this moment here as we're together. 2 and 1. Good. We're going to move into horse pose. Take your feet nice and wide. Okay. Again, I'm working on Mula Bandha. I want us to feel the sense that we are rooted, we are locked, we are strong here. So double check that when you take your feet wide, you're keeping the knees right over the ankles. You're not dropping them in, right? We want to keep this safe. We're going to go 3 rounds of horse, Vatsyasana. Okay, here we go. Big inhale. Exhale straight down. So not back anymore. Now we're going straight down and exhale down and up. Relax, engage, relax, engage. I had a student explain what she represented for the pelvic floor is it's like a rose budding when you go down, big open red flower, and then tight bud as it squeezes up. Squeeze. 4. Root that lock. 2. I don't know why I went from 4 to 2. You got me. You got me. 1 more. Now dig in there, guys. Dig in. You can see your big toes. You're nice and safe. We're going to go on a gallop here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Tailbone in. 3, 2, 1. And up. How was it? How was it? Got it? 2 more rounds. Here we go. And 10 and up. Budding flower and a bud. 3. Sit up nice and tall. I got this. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Get down there now. Get down. Open those legs and bounce. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Third and final round. Horse ride. And 10, and up, and 9, and up, and 8, and up. 4, 2, and 1. Get in there and ride it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 4. Come on. 4, 4, and 3. Get in there. Feel that pelvic floor reaching. 2, 2. Come on. Use that exhale. Let that shit go. 1 more. Sorry for the language. And release. Turn those heels wide, toes in, and drop it over. Let yourself have a moment of rest. What's happening behind the right shoulder blade? What's happening behind the left shoulder blade? What's happening in your jaw? You can take your down dog arms here. You could take your hands to the ankles. Whatever you want to do, you could cross the arms and grab opposite arms to the legs and pull those shoulder blades apart. Maybe nod your head yes. What's that mantra? What's that mantra? 2 more big old breaths. Beautiful. And we're going to strong, powerful leg. Come on back up. Come on back up. Come on back up. Okay. Now we're going to move to goddess pose. So it's very comparable to what we just did with our horse, but it's a little bit different because now we're making what's called the lion face. It's a really like, face. It really is truly that. This is a technique that's, I don't know how old, maybe thousands of years old, long time. We're trying to open up all the muscles of the face. So you're sticking your tongue out. You're trying to put your tongue on your chest, like really big. You're going to take your eyes and look to the forehead, like it's just a big face. Okay. I'm going to turn away because, I don't want you looking at me like that. Take your legs wide again. Okay. And what we're going to do is I'm going to show it to you first. We're going to start like a big X, and then we're going to go and go nuts here with big old face. And this is goddess pose. How cool is that? Right? I'll let you see it. Okay. We're going to do 5 of those. Take your time. Here we go. Big inhale, capital X, bend the knees and pull the elbows down. Big, ugly face. Look to the forehead. Inhale back up. Imagine fire is coming out of your mouth. Exhale. And up. 3. 2 more. Scaring the dog. See? 1 more. And Upavista Konasana, forward fold. Recalibrate, reconnect. 5 deep breaths. Beautiful. Beautiful. Gently come on back. Come on back. All right. We're going to start to move now. Turn that right hip open. If you need a block here, grab the block. And just to jazz it up a little bit, we're going to use, if you want to, a blanket here. So we get a little bit more in these hammies because a lot of our pain, stress gets these hammies. So we're going to take our heel on the blanket if that feels too intense for you. I'm sorry, not our heel, our toes. That's something different. Our toes are on the blanket. Okay, keeping this, really pushing it out. Inhale, open those arms nice and wide. Find the hinge of the triangle pose and take your block underneath your right shoulder. And we're going to hold here. We're going to take our left hand, drop it down, and exhale, peel it up. Inhale, close the torso, exhale up. One more. Beautiful. Take that wrist on wrist here. Our forehead slightly higher than the chin. And we're bringing our attention back down to the Mula Bandha, that pelvic floor. So again, how do I touch my tailbone and my pubic bone together? What would it feel like? Those of you working deeper, challenge yourself not to put any weight in this bottom arm. So you can have it somewhere, but see if there's no weight in it at all. You're firing up this left foot so strong here. Fire, let all of that stuff go. And then for the next 5 breaths, so we're diving in here, right? We're diving in. For the next 5 breaths, I challenge you, if it feels safe to you, to go back to closing your eyes. Listen to the sound of your breathing. And go spelunking, go inside that cave. What's in there? Hardly any weight in this bottom arm. Two. One more. And beautiful. Start to straighten that leg and hold. Beautiful. We're going to close this hip. We're going to put it on the floor, the knee on the floor, and sliding the hip open, bring that knee right over the ankle. Maybe your hand comes to the thigh, pull the thigh forward, scrape that belly back. And imagine that you're going to turn your belly button towards this right knee. One more deep breath. And beautiful. Shift it back. We're going to come into hands and knees. You're going to rest there, or some of you might want to go to downward dog. If you're in the downward dog with me, go back to seeing if you can roll those sits bones together. You can touch the pubic bone and the navel together. You're lifting that mula. And we're going to go to the second side. So setting it up for the second round, please. Okay, finding your way here. Same thing, tip and up. Can you put the majority of the weight in this right leg here, right foot? You're hinging from the hip. You're trying to touch the pubic bone and the navel together. You're feeling a root. right? A root to a tree, a root to a flower, this connection to yourself and to the world in which you stand. Not this, but this, the truth. 2. And here we go. Trikonasana, triangle. Arm up, closing the torso here. 1. And up. And 2. One more. Hardly any weight in this bottom hand. Here and now. Getting out of this bottom hand, 5 more breaths. Feeling that engagement again, the pubic bone and the navel trying to touch, really feeling that Mula Bandha turning on. Floating to the sky here, floating up. 3 more breaths. What do I see? What do I smell? What do I taste? Get present, get here. 1 more deep breath. And slowly come on up, up, up. Gently closing that side, bringing your knee down and finding your way. Imagining gently that you're turning. And when you're ready, gently again, finding your way to downward dog, if that's what you're doing, or child's pose, if that's what you're needing. And look for that Mula Bandha again, looking for that I'm structurally grounded, I'm rooted. Okay. And bringing your knees down and pause for a moment. I'd like to show you something, and I'm going to do it all for you because I want you to feel the way it goes. And then I want you to do it. And I know most of you will not be able to do this. Okay. I know you won't, but I want you to feel what it is and then get to practicing it. Okay. Even though it may be much more, luggy, not so flowing. And as you're watching me, sometimes it's nice to just take your finger and sort of tickle through the hands. So just moving your finger in and out. Just a beautiful way to get present. Just find yourself as you sit and watch me do this. You're just moving your hand. Maybe you'll do both hands. Okay. All right. So we're focusing on this Mula Bandha for sure, right? This root lock. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to start. I'm going to do the whole thing. I'm not going to talk actually. Okay. That's what I want you to do. Just move it back and move it up and do a little dance in the middle and just doing that 4 times. Now, if you're not getting on your arm for whatever reason today, or your body does not move that way quite yet, then you can make it any variation you want. What I'm wanting you to feel is a sense of grace and a sense of ease and a sense of simple steps. So if you're not able to do that, maybe it's just learning to walk forward. Maybe it's learning to come up and go down. Okay, whatever you want to do, we're going to play here for about 2 minutes. So let's start in mountain pose. And what's cool about being in an all-level yoga class, by the by, is that you get to see where you were, you get to see where you're going. So if you're not able to do this yet, it's okay, right? You're finding where you are, breath and syncing up with movement, breath and syncing up with movement. Here we go, nice and simple. Exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, reaching arms up. Exhale, bow to the new day. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands and just step, 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 step. Right leg up. Exhale, step it to the right wrist and just touch the sky and bring it down and step back to down dog and walk, 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 walk. Bow to that. Inhale, sweep it up and bring yourself back. Again, inhale. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway up. Bend the knees, hands plant, walk, 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 walk. Left leg up. Step it to the wrist. Touch the sky. Bring it down, back to down dog. And then walk, 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 walk. Bow your head. Feel what you did. Inhale, sweep it up and exhale. Okay, twice more. Here we go. Hands plant, walk, 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 walk. Right leg up, step to a lunge, touch your right hand to the sky, bring it back down, go back to down dog, walk, 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 walk. Drop your head, sweep your arms up, and exhale. Last one. Inhale, touch the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Plant the hands. Walk, 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 walk. Left leg up. Step it forward. Touch the sky. Hand comes down. Step it back. And walk, 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 walk. Bow the chin. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. And exhale, reset. Mountain pose. Just feel what you feel. Okay, so I encourage you to do that 2 or 4 more times. For those of you who feel what I'm talking about here, who feel like this is just what you want to be doing, 2 to 4 more times on 2 sides or 1 side. Otherwise, if you're not doing that, we're going to make our way to the floor. So everybody's going to catch up in a bit. We're going to take and start like we did at the beginning. For those of you who are flowing, continue flowing. Everybody else, we're going to make a pillow. We're going to bring ourselves down with a block nearby. And we'll just pause. Once you're down, let's put a block on our belly. And if you're still flowing, take your time. Those of you who are steady here, we're going to walk our knees together and our feet wide, and we're just going to watch the block lift and lower. Which lung takes in the more air? Do you feel like it's moving into one lung more than the other? Can you feel the ballooning of your lungs? Can you feel yourself expanding those bags? So what are we doing right now? We're meditating. That's what we're doing. We're just meditating. We're focusing our mind on the inhale, on the exhale. 2 more deep breaths. And let's everybody start coming together now. So start making your way down if you've been flowing. We're going to do a little hello to our abdominal muscles, which is also a beautiful way to anchor ourselves. So come on down to the floor, remove the block, and we're going to bring our knees hip distance again. We're going to extend the left leg out straight, and we're going to bring the right knee in. So you could hug around the thigh, you could hug around the shin. Now we're going to focus our left toes to the sky so that the knee and the toes are looking at the sky. And we're going to keep the tongue and the throat and the head really relaxed, but perhaps lift the left leg and then relax it. So pull your belly in, lift this left leg, and then relax it. 3, lift and down. 2, lift and down. And 1, hold it up. Touch the pubic bone and the navel together. Feel those sits bones try to roll together. Hello, Mula Bandha. Working deeper, you might even take your head up and you'll pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Second round, same thing. Lift that leg again. Maybe you'll lift your head. 10, 9, 8, 7. Anchor those bellies. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Last set. Pull it in and lift it up. 10, 9, 8. Hug it in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Knees come to bend, and we'll just windshield wiper our knees side to side. If you only tickled your one hand, tickle your other hand. I have twins, so I always have to keep everything balanced, equal. People get mad, so don't make one hand mad. Just tickle, tickle. Just brings you here in a loving and sweet way. Good. Second side. Drop the right knee forward or straight and then hug that left leg in. Feel that coughing muscle. Turn that belly on. Lift that leg and then lower it. How does that feel on your back? Lift that leg and lower it. One more. Lift the leg. Some of you might even be able to lift the head. And we'll do 3 rounds of 10. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. And what do you see? What do you hear? What do you taste? Stay with us. And second round, 10, 9, hug that belly in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Abdominal muscles, brace it in, feeling belly breaths. Last round, 10, 9, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Both knees to chest. And finding a position of happy baby that suits you today. We're going to take our elbows inside the inner knees. We're going to be trying to pry our knees apart, but also squeeze our knees in. Sometimes it's nice to bring our hands into prayer, just squeezing here. Now, as you're squeezing the knees and the elbows together, see if you can turn your tailbone to the floor. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Push that lower back down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Second round, tailbone to the floor, squeeze. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Relax as you work. And release. Last round, please. And activate. 10. And beautiful. Pedal out your knees, whatever that means to you. And finding a position that feels like a position that you want to be still in. Maybe legs up the wall. Maybe Supta Baddha Konasana, where you're opening the knees. Sometimes when we feel really vulnerable, we could get into fetal position here with maybe a block between our thighs. That's really nice. You could also take Shavasana on your belly if you feel like you really want to feel held. Find a position that you can relax in. And as I said at the beginning, we have to do relaxation. It just doesn't happen just because you flop yourself there. You have to actually do it. So finding that position now, finding your way to that now. So slowing down, making your way, finding stillness. And as I have mentioned for years at this point, I'll just say it quickly here, is that, I don't teach positive thinking because sometimes life just it's not positive. Sometimes it's hard. Oftentimes, half the time, it's hard. Half the time, it's not. And so what I think of for myself and what I offer to you as we shift into this deep relaxation here, this deep doing of relaxation, is that we can notice what glasses we're wearing, right? We don't want to put on rose glasses and see that everything's okay. It's fine. I'm just going to, that's not what I teach. But we do have a choice as to which glasses we wear, which lens we look from. And so as we settle into this final posture and you get all the things, you get the weight on you if that's what you need, you open yourself up if that's what you need, you put yourself on a block or something so you really get an opening. A lot of you sent me emails about Monday's class that you felt really grounded and really open in your breath. Find that again. Some of you may want to curl up on your side and feel like a baby, whatever you feel like you need here. And the lens that I wear the most, that causes me the most comfort in my life, is the one of gratitude. We were talking this week about, can you be grateful and frustrated at the same time? And I don't think so. So as you fall into this last position here, this position that feels really nurturing to you, I'm offering you the lens of full, whole, big Gratitude for all of it, all of it. For the pain that we were talking about at the beginning of our class, before class, that pain in our shoulder, or our back, our heart, the uncertainty in the world, grateful for the growth that we are having during this crazy time, this growth spurt that we're in that was pushed because of this. The gratitude that we now finally see how much we are loved or how much support we have that maybe we were blind to before. To the gratitude of feeling alive, these emotions that we feel, these human emotions that we all share, is the rapture of feeling alive, as Joseph Campbell says. This is what it means to be alive, is to feel all of it. And it's hard sometimes. So let's drop into this moment here. Just dropping in and feel this moment of your life, this moment on your journey, here with us, here with yourself, your deep self. Can you feel what it feels like to be grateful for all of it? I am with you. I am holding you all. And as always, I'm here if you ever want to chat. Deep, deep, deep bows to you all. You're welcome. Namaste.